Yo, howdy there, fellas. Welcome on into the Hump Day edition here of Winning Bets, where we get to talk our sports and talk our sports betting as well. Sit back, enjoy some breakfast, and hang out with me here for the next hour or so. We, of course, have Payoff pitch coming up at the top of the hour, live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you can catch the Payoff pitch. We'll, of course, preview today's entire MLB slate. But before we do that, we have to make sure we, of course, recap yesterday. If we go ahead and throw the recap up from yesterday, been a while since we had a losing day in baseball. And unfortunately, that's what we suffered yesterday, going 1-2, losing a little bit over a unit, but still positive on the week after what set us up for a good little bit Monday. We, of course, hit that Phillies team total. That's been the bread and butter play, so far this entire week. And, of course, we'll go ahead and play it today. There's no doubt about that. And we were able to, of course, drive that juice down a little bit yesterday by tacking on Lambert there of the Rockies to not be the winning pitcher. A little bit of a sweat there. I didn't realize when the Phillies scored 12 runs, I was going to be sweating that leg. But, boy, Lambert pitched pretty decent. Give him credit. Went 5 innings, only gave up 3 runs. Gave the Rockies an opportunity to, maybe pull out a victory. But, of course, they did not pull out that victory. And the Braves hold on, get the win. Lambert can't be the winning pitcher. We had another play, Mariners on that F5 team total. And, boy, that game just had a really shitty feeling right from the start. Half an hour before start, you get news that George Kirby's not going to go ahead and be the starter. And then 15 minutes or so after that, you get Julio Rodriguez is going to go ahead and miss. So you get their best pitcher, hell, maybe even the best pitcher in all of the AL. He gets, sent down. And then their best offensive player in Rodriguez, he also gets sent down. So opportunities to get the cash there in the 4th inning. Another opportunity to get the cash in the 5th inning. Obviously would have liked to have had Rodriguez's bat in that lineup. Obviously lengthens the lineup, puts their best player in the lineup. It just didn't quite go our way, unfortunately. And then Astros, Red Sox. Boy, I watched that last 3 or 4 innings. It just missed the big hit there from the Red Sox. I mean, an opportunity in multiple innings with 2 outs, but with also 2 runners on, to get, maybe a big home run. You had, Rafael Devers up in the 7th inning. That's the guy you want up, right? That's their best player. 2-1 up against Montero, and he unfortunately, strikes out there on a high fastball. And then the same thing in the 9th inning. You've got Verdugo up. That's their leadoff hitter. Another situation that you're like, okay, got one of their better players up, 2 runners on, 2 out. And unfortunately, he can't come through. So 14 total guys were left on base. The opportunities were right there. It just couldn't quite get that timely hit. So unfortunately, that over falls a little bit short. So 1-2 on the day, down a little bit on the day on a rare day of losing MLB. We're coming back for vengeance today, though, looking to scoop up those units and also get some more units back in our pocket today. So that's how yesterday unfolded. Before we hop into that comment section, I will tell you guys, I am interested in betting some EFL Cup action today. And I'm really only focused in on one team, and it's Chelsea at home at Stamford Bridge, taking on League 2 side Wimbledon. I'm just really waiting for the Chelsea lineup. I want to know how serious they're taking it. Look, they have plenty of time off from their last match, which was played Friday against Luton Town. But then they do have a pretty quick turnaround, or at least earlier on in this campaign, taking on Forest at home, thankfully. So that'll aid into their recovery for that match. But I'm really just looking at Chelsea in the first half. Get a good lineup in, dust off this League 2 opponent, and then you rotate, early second half, 60-minute, get some fresh legs on, and preserve your guys for the weekend. So if Pochettino wants to roll out, one of his, a Jackson and a Sterling and a Connor and all the guys, if he wants to put out a real lineup, I'm looking at that first half team total, and it's at plus 130 over at FanDuel. That's what I'll be interested in. I believe the game, let me get the start time for you. Game is 1:45, so lineups will drop 12:45 p.m. Central Time. So the lineups will go 12:45 p.m. Central Time. Again, I'm locked in on the bet in terms of what I want. It's the Chelsea team total in the first half at plus 130. So the decision will be made, within seconds of that lineup dropping, just because I'm, that much dialed into what I want. And obviously I don't want the price to run on me when potentially other people see a good lineup. But you could definitely see goals dry up in that match. Second half, if Chelsea is able to do what I think, put out a good lineup, build the lead, and then preserve their guys for the weekend match against Forest. So just be on me on Twitter. That'll drop in, call it 12:46. I mean, that's how locked in I am and ready to go on that one. So just be on the lookout for that one. Otherwise, let's hit that comment section, see what you guys are up to on this great Hump Day edition here of Winning Bets. And then, of course, we'll dial on into the MLB action at 11 o'clock. And I'm going to, said on Twitter I was going to unload the clip, and I love the energy that you guys responded to. I'm not unloading the clip per se, but we're going more than 3 bets today. So that's how we'll do it. Ryan, what's up, man? How was your day yesterday, man? Did you have a good little day? Good little day betting? What about good little day outside of betting? Hopefully it treated you right. Francisco, hopefully you did well too, my man. Hopefully you're doing well. What do you got here, my man? You suffered a loss in the EFL Cup. Yeah, I hear you. We have a good feeling today. Chelsea to win and over 2.5. I mean, they're definitely going to beat Wimbledon. I mean, they're in League Two, so I hear you, Francisco. Do they go over 2.5? I mean, yeah, I think if I get a good lineup, I'm looking at 2 goals in the first half, and they're going to get another goal, I think, in the second half. Yeah, the other guys will want to impress and try and work their way into a lineup or some minutes. And then you like Forest under 3.5 and Sheffield to win. Let's get a look at that. I really just targeting Chelsea, but Forest is taking on Burnley, so I could see why you would like an under in that. Those are 2 clubs that are pretty familiar themselves, at least in the championship. Under, over, under. Okay, so a lot of unders have hit in that, so I hear you on that one. And then Sheffield to get the win at home against Lincoln. What is Lincoln in? Are they like in the championship? What the hell are they in? Lincoln is in League One. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sheffield should. You would think. I mean, shit, they're able to score against Manchester City. So if you could score against City, although they didn't really deserve that goal. They got their ass kicked in that match, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could be. I mean, you should be able to beat a League One squad, but I don't know how much. I like the Chelsea play. The Forest play makes a lot of sense. Obviously, a lot of head-to-head history that suggests under 3.5 goals. Maybe you're parlaying it with Sheffield to win. It's not bad, Francisco. I really like your Chelsea play. Let's wait and see what lineups we get. I watched Pochettino's interview yesterday. It's probably manager talk, but he, of course, is like, hey, man, we're out here to win trophies. First year in the campaign. I could do a lot in the project if you can secure an early trophy. I think he's going to take it pretty serious, and that's why I'm really dialed in on the first half. Let's dust these boys, get it over with, and then pull the reins back in the second half. You hit a parlay on some of the leans. Sweet. Okay, Ryan. Hell yeah. How about the underdogs going 2-0 yesterday? I played each underdog individually, and then I parlayed those underdogs together. So I got good cashes myself yesterday. Yeah, 2-0 yesterday on those MLB dogs. Love to see it. Let's go, Ryan. See if we can't build you up another parlay today here on some payoff pitch leans. Got leans aplenty. I got more than official 3 bets, as you guys heard me say on Twitter and also right here. So I'm ready. Let's go, Ryan. Let's go. What else you guys got today? Yeah, this is Chelsea. I'm just looking at it here again. I like it. And I watched that match against Luton. While they only got 1 goal in the first half, they were threatening. And Luton's just a good defensive team. And like we talked about when they came up from the championship, their goals are very similar like a Wolves, 1.26 goals per game. They're stingy on defense. Wimbledon is going to get their ass kicked. If we get a good lineup, I am so ready to pull the trigger on that match. I am really, really ready to go on that one. Let's see, boys. Bang, bang. There we go. All right, locked. Locked and loaded. What's going on, fellas? What else we got, fellas? What else we got out there, fellas? Anything else? Let me know. I need to know what else you guys got out there. I need to know what the winners are out there. I need to know, boys. Who's on that Phillies team total today? They're going for, sure, we'll mention it on the payoff pitch. They've tied last night. They tied the record for the most home runs hit in the month of August. Yeah, I mean, I keep telling you guys that offense is hot. I mean, they're about as hot as it gets. They are on effing fire. So, I'm seeing I wonder if there's any, who's willing to predict the lineups for this Chelsea game? Let's see if there's websites out here. Pochettino has several doubts. Here's an article that says there's several doubts for tonight. Let me see. What? Wow. Maybe he does go young. I don't know. Nobody wants. There's no websites out there that want to predict the lineup for this effing game. There we go. Here's one. It was dated today. All right, good. Let's see what this predicted lineup is. Chelsea to score 2 goals in the first half, plus 128. Okay, it was plus 130. Now it's plus 128. Thank you for that, Paul. So let's come down a touch. Let's come down $2 or 2 cents, as the squirrel likes to say. 2 cents. Come down 2 cents. Let's see what this website's got for a predicted lineup. Chelsea starting 11. Sanchez in goal. Gusto. Center back I can't pronounce. Oh, they're going to play Cucurella. No goddamn way they're going to play Cucurella. Cucurella is going to be loaned to Manchester United, and you don't play guys, you don't risk injury. Gallagher, they're playing Connor. Madueke, Sterling, and Jackson. I mean, that's against Wimbledon. Like, that looks fine. You know, that I mean, like, those are Chelsea's guys. Like, those are the guys now. You still look at Chelsea's lineup, and you're like, who the F are these guys? I got to be said, you do look at their lineup, and you're like, who the fuck are these guys? But I watched them against Luton. They created enough for my liking. Yeah, if I get Sterling, Jackson, Madueke, and Connor, that's fine. So they're going to sit Enzo and they're going to sit Casado. Wow, that's fine. Got to go out there and just run up the goals and make sure you win a lot to nothing. All right, here's another. I like to look at a couple of websites, see for predictions. Is it supposed to rain, though, in Philly? I don't know. I don't handicap weather. We can look. I have no idea. Let's see. Philadelphia. Nope. Not going to rain today. First pitch is about 12 o'clock. I'm showing 79 degrees and partly sunny. I am showing there's a chance of 20% rain, and that is not until, I have no idea. I mean, if you like scroll across, I'm showing nothing but sun. The clouds show up at 5 p.m., so maybe that's the 20% chance. Game be over by then, so... the only thing that's going to be raining in Philly is freaking home runs, because that's all that team is doing. So, yeah, it's going to be raining more home runs, Paul. But the wet stuff falling from the sky, no concern. What's up, DeGent? What's up, man? No concern there, Paul. No concern. Nope. Not going to happen today. No rain. All right, we were back to looking at Chelsea lineup. I want to look at this website and see what they predict. We've got, okay. They've got Madueke, Connor. Ooh, that is not as good of a lineup. And this is, man, I don't even know who the hell some of these guys are. Yeah, this website's predicting a lot of academy players. Let's get one more here from another website. So that website wasn't encouraging in terms of having confidence to back Chelsea in really any capacity. All right, let's see what this lineup is. Oh, this website also gives a prediction. So this website is not only predicting a lineup, but they're predicting a 4-0 win for Chelsea. You like that. And they're predicting a lineup of how will Chelsea line up? You're going to make me make another click. Come on, man. All right. Predicted lineups. Where is it? Oh, Chelsea starting 11. Here we go. Yeah, they don't have, another website doesn't have Sterling. I'd really like Sterling. I mean, you saw his goal there in the first half, that one-on-one take-on they did on that Luton defender. He just destroyed that poor guy. Man, I probably not making that bet without Sterling. I want Sterling next to Jackson. I want Sterling playing alongside Jackson. I want, Connor Gallagher tucked in behind them. Yeah, I can't quite get there. What's up, man? What's up, Luis? What's up, man? How you doing, dude? MGN has Atlanta Rockies over at 13.5. Yeah, I look forward to talking about that one on the payoff pitch. Obviously, the Braves are given a Danny Vines or Darwin Vines or some Vines kid, Danny, some shit like that. What the hell's his name? Anyways, I've already researched the guy. I'm ready to talk about it. Darius Vines. Yeah, 13.5. Wow, does seem a little high. That does seem a little high. Over 13 point. Man, juice to the over too, DeGent, and it's juice to the over. So they liking runs. I like the Braves to get runs, of course. Of course, you're going to beat up on the bullpen. Didn't quite work out last night, but that's all right. I'm sure some people are going to stay away from that series, though, because some people are going to come into me with the comment section, I'm sure, on the payoff pitch and say, I don't know about backing the Dodgers and Braves. One of those two teams, if not both of them, are going to be looking ahead to a big 4-game set that kicks off tomorrow in LA. I can't wait to read those comments. And the players, it's not like you're going to be in the batter's box. You know, Ronald Acuna is not going to be like, oh shit, I'm facing the Dodgers tomorrow and he's going to strike out. He's going to mash the goddamn ball and worry about facing the Dodgers tomorrow night. Not worried about it. Although, that being said, I don't think I got a Braves play on the card. No. But I do got Dodgers on the card. I do got that Dodgers F5 team total on the card. So, yeah, I'm ready to back them. I mean, how can you not? They're going against that Brandon Path guy who they destroyed 3 weeks ago. What are we talking about? All right, fellas, let's go ahead and throw up this slate. Let's hang back for about 2 minutes and let's talk about this MLB slate. Full slate in the MLB, ready to kick off early in the afternoon. So let's make sure we talk about it, give out some winners, and have ourselves a day. All right, fellas. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Welcome into the Hump Day edition here of Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That being said, we're on our last full week here of the Payoff Pitch, where we do full MLB slate previews every single day. Let's not waste any time. Let's just jump on into the action today. The games come nice and early today. We've got more than the normal amount of bets that we've been doing kind of lately. Added a couple more to it. Really like this slate today. I think there's a good chance to overcome yesterday's losing day by putting money in our pocket today. So let's jump on into it. We call it Around the Bases. Take a couple games, break it down, and give you guys a pick along the way. Like to start off with this Diamondbacks and the Dodgers game, and really want to target the Dodgers early in this matchup, and going to be targeting their offense from an F5 team total over 2.5 runs. We talk about teams being hot. Well, nobody's hotter right now versus right-handed pitching than your Los Angeles Dodgers. Are hitting 329. They're slugging 550. Their OPS is 939. Their weighted runs created is 154. And we love it when you're not only hitting the ball, but you're also doing that extra thing of avoiding the strikeouts. So even the outs are going to be, good, hard outs, productive outs, because they're only striking out 17%. Because of that, you could look at today's starter, Payoff, maybe is how you pronounce it, under 4.5 Ks at minus 115 over at DraftKings, I think is another angle you can certainly play within this game. But I'm just going to, again, target the Dodgers offense because it's hot right now versus right-handers. And they actually saw this kid earlier in the month of August, and he only pitched 4.2 innings pitched and gave up 4 earned run in that. The offense is in a better state of mind right now than when they were. If you compare 10 days prior to that outing and then what they've done here recently in the last 10 days. So I've got no problem backing this Dodgers offense nice and early and often against a guy that they've had plenty of success against. So give me that Dodgers F5 team total over 2.5 runs. Let's move it over now to the NL Central here and around the bases and talk Brewers and Cubs, where you saw the Cubs get a 1-0 victory last night. I think you could maybe see that same thing today, but I kind of like the under. Obviously, yesterday I was kind of on the over. I think this game will be different because you've got neither team involved tomorrow. And because of that, I think every pitcher is going to have a short leash. This is obviously a massive series. Brewers don't want to get pulled back into the wild card race, and obviously the Cubs want to catch the Brewers for first place in the NL Central. Both of these bullpens are sitting top 5, and actually the bullpens are sitting top 3 in a handful of categories as well that we talk about here, your ERA, FIP, WHIP, and opponent's batting average. So with the pitchers having a short leash, with the bullpens, I think going to get a lot of use with both teams having an off day on Thursday. I think you could look at certainly Brandon Woodruff under 17.5 outs. I would pivot more towards Kyle Hendricks, though, under 17.5 outs. The reason I like that is while he did go over in his only start so far this season against the Brewers, he went 6 innings, so you lost on the hook. He went against this Brewers team 4 times last season, and all 4 times he stayed under 17.5 outs. So I look at his earlier start this season and kind of a little bit of an anomaly based on his history and the track record about how the Brewers have some great batting averages, against Kyle Hendricks. And again, you stayed under in all 4 starts last season against this Brewers team. And the Milwaukee team is decent right now versus right-handers. It's league average in batting average, league average in weighted runs created. So I can't ignore his history and his track record against the Brewers. And then with, again, them having the off day, I know they used their high leverage guys yesterday, but they're going to want to use those high leverage guys again today. This is a really big, massive game and a massive series for them to get back in that NL Central. So I'm going to target an under 7 in this game, but really target Hendricks under 17.5 outs. He's not going to be given a long leash at all in this game. Due to his kind of poor history against the Brewers. So that'll be the play in there to go along with the under 7. All right, let's shut up now. Let's shut up and pitch and give you guys some pitching props. So again, I already gave you guys a couple there. Path under 4.5 Ks, minus 115 over at DraftKings. Hendricks under 17.5 ounces, minus 106 over on Bet Rivers. Let's go ahead and add to it Kyle Freeland there of the Colorado Rockies. I think he's going to have 2 or more walks in this game. He faced the Braves in June and got 3 walks in that game. Overall, he's had over 11 of his 25 starts of 2+ walks. The Braves have an excellent walk rate, 5th best in Major League Baseball. They see a ton of pitches per plate appearance, and their walk rate is 11.7. That is a really fantastic number. Again, that's 5th best in major leagues. And we just look at what's happened so far earlier this series. Austin Gomber, he went 2.2 innings pitched. He went over 1.5 walks. Yesterday, Peter Lambert went 5 innings pitched. He also went over 1.5 walks. Again, the Braves have an excellent walk rate. They see a lot of pitches per plate appearance. Freeland, if you're going to drop in a comment and say, hey, he hasn't gone over in his last 6 starts, I don't give a shit. None of those opponents were the Atlanta Braves. And again, he got 3 against the Atlanta Braves back in June. He's going to struggle today. Of course, we like the Braves hitting left-handers. They certainly still have great numbers in hitting left-handers. And again, you saw what they did against Austin Gomber in the bullpen on Monday night. I assume much of that is going to carry over today, but I like Kyle Freeland today to have over 1.5 walks, and you can get that bet at plus money over on DraftKings. Let's turn our attention now to the Yankees and the Tigers game, where Yankees, what did we say yesterday about the Yankees? They were our dog of the day. We said they were going to go on a roll. Like, it felt like they were going to maybe kind of heat up here. I don't know how much that'll catapult them back into a wild card race, as they've got a pretty good deficit. But you're seeing them take advantage of an opponent here in the Detroit Tigers that they've absolutely should take care of. I like Garrett Cole in this matchup. You want to do over on his outs prop at over 18.5 at plus 150? I like it. You want to do over 7.5 Ks at plus 110? I like it. He went up against these Tigers last season, went 7 innings, and got 10 Ks. I absolutely love that right there. Overall, in his last 7 starts, he's gone over 18.5 outs in 5 of those last 7 starts. So love everything about that. You look at what the Yankees have coming down the road. They play tomorrow, and they're throwing Clark Schmidt on the mound. They've kind of been babying Clark Schmidt. They do not let him see lineup 3 times through. So, you know, don't want to look too far and kind of project maybe how things are going to unfold tomorrow, but this is your ace on the mound. You're going to go ahead and be the winner of the series if you go ahead and get the victory tonight. So you unload the clip on Garrett Cole today. He's dominated this Tigers team. We know their struggles versus right-handers. They strike out at 31% versus right-handers, which is why you can like an over 7.5 Ks at plus money. You add in a poor batting average of 225, a weighted runs created of 88, and not a lot of power at 381. Sets up very nicely to Garrett Cole to kind of continue this run he's been on in his last 7 starts of going over 18.5 outs. And at plus money, at plus 150, you damn straight I'm going at this. Tigers struggle too much versus right-handers to stay away from a plus 150 bet when it's the ace of the Yankee staff and Garrett Cole. So I like that. A couple angles in that. I'm personally going to be on the outs prop, though. Another one I like, and, you know, sometimes you make a bet on, it's of course got some stats to back it up. Sometimes it's okay to have a little bit of a feel. It's okay to, you know, rely on that gut that you're feeling down in there. I like Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies, under 17.5 outs at plus money. The Angels are decent right now versus left-handers. They hit 253. Their OPS is 715. Their weighted runs created is 95. So just decent numbers, basically league average across the board. What I really like is they have a really high walk rate at 11.8%, which can play into some of Sanchez's struggles there for a little bit. This Philadelphia Phillies team has an off day tomorrow, and this is a team that's in the playoff race, and while they've gotten out in the big lead so far in this series, that has afforded them to have their high leverage guys sitting there and ready to go today. And again, they've got the off day tomorrow, playoff team, every game matters. If he runs into any little bit of trouble come this 6th inning and his pitch count is, you know, getting in that 80 range, they're going to go to the bullpen with the high leverage guys having not been used yesterday in the blowout. They'll be ready to go and roll those guys out. So maybe not like you don't love this play because the Angels offense isn't, you know, like I said, rolling versus left-handers, but they're decently enough again. It sets up tomorrow perfectly with an off day. I like Sanchez under 17.5 outs at plus money. I tweeted the play out at plus 105. You can now get it at plus 118. I don't care. I love that it's becoming more plus money. I'm looking for Sanchez to run into trouble and then pull the hook. So give me Sanchez under 17.5 outs at plus money. All right, 4th inning. Let's do long shots. How about yesterday? 2-0 on those MLB underdogs. We got the Yankees, and we also got the Marlins yesterday as dogs. Today, I'm going to look at a matchup that, what have we said the first 2 games in this series? You just kind of looked at the matchup and said, who's a dog? Game 1, it was the Astros were a dog, so we were on the Astros. Last night, it was the Astros were the dog, so we were on the Astros. Well, today, the Red Sox are the dog. Whoever the hell's been the dog in this series has come through, and I only for the Red Sox to go ahead and come through today. We know offensively-wise where these numbers stack up. We know bullpen-wise where these numbers stack up. I just like the dog in this matchup every day, and I think today, in a day in which I'm really not a fan of a lot of dogs today, I'll go ahead and take the Red Sox today at plus 114 as the dog of the day. 5th inning, keep swinging. I'd like to give you guys hitting props. Let's do Yandy Diaz there of the Tampa Bay Rays. Yandy Diaz, he's 3 for 5 up against Luzardo with 2 doubles and no strikeout. So love that. And that's going to be a theme here for a couple of these guys as they've been avoiding the strikeout against today's starter. Ozzie Alves, he's 9 for 21 against Kyle Freeland with only 1 strikeout. 21 at-bats, and you only struck out 1 time. I like everything about that. 3 doubles and a triple is what you can add to his numbers off Kyle Freeland. And then Paul Goldschmidt up against Rich Hill today. He's 12 for 26 with 3 home runs. And in those 26 at-bats, he's only struck out twice. Love it. So give me Paul Goldschmidt, Ozzie Alves, and Yandy Diaz there today as 3 guys I think are going to really come through for you today from a hitting perspective, bases, over 1.5, hits, runs, RBIs. Sign me up for all of that. All right, 6th inning, it's a steal. We got to give you guys the NRFI of the day. Luzardo's on the mound. Eflin's on the mound. Only the guy with the number 2 whip in all of baseball. Luzardo's been absolutely electric. It got tripped up a little bit yesterday, but that's going to happen. I'm going to run back that same NRFI of the day yesterday. Rays, same price as yesterday at -125. We know everything about this. I've talked about it a lot recently. Touched on it a little bit yesterday. Rays, Marlins, they get the coin back that was stolen yesterday from us at -125. What about a best bet today? What's your best bet today, today, fellas? Is it Phillies team total? It should be, right? You saw the tweet from DraftKings. They've tied yesterday, hitting the most home runs in the month of August. I told you guys that offense is hot. We've talked about those numbers. How can you not like it? And again, not only is it paired up with a starting pitcher that they should have success off of because they hit left-handers really well, that Angels bullpen, it's just been leaky. It's been leaky for shit. It's been leaky all season. It feels like it's been leaky. It's going to continue to be rough again today. So give me that Phillies team total today. I really like them today to keep just really staying hot from an offensive standpoint. 8th inning, double play, parlay today. Orioles, Phillies, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Yankees and Braves. I mean, it's a lot you can kind of do with this, fellas. I'm good with all of that. That's ones that Orioles and Phillies is +150 if you're looking for a little afternoon money line parlay. Yankees Braves is about even money if you're looking for that one. The Braves, this is going to be a good little game here. You got Darius Vines making his MLB debut. If you're curious about this kid, right-hander, not overpowering at all, going to sit low 90s with this fastball. Changeup, though, is by far, from reading and getting to know him a little bit better, is going to be his best pitch. Decent numbers in the minor leagues, averages 9.6 K per 9, so that kind of plays into the Rockies' high strikeout rate that they're generally that kind of team of. So I like him to get it done, though, and obviously going to really rely on the Braves hitting and how well they excel, combined with obviously a poor bullpen there for the Rockies. So that'll be a couple money line parlays that I like. Let's go ahead and throw those bets up, and then let's get into everything from a rapid fire perspective. Tossing those bets up, I've broke them out. If you're only interested in tailing some of my best bets, the recent 4-week stretch, we've really kind of dialed back on the volume and really just played the best bet. So that's how this is broken out. It's broken out on the top 2 best bets, and then those remaining 4 will be official bets. You'll see them on a recap. Again, I just broke them out in case you desire to only tail best bets. So that's how we'll do it. Let's hop in the comment section, and then let's go ahead and get into rapid fire. Let's go, Ty. Let's go, Ty. Marlins NRFI. Yes, sir. You knew it was going to be with Luzardo on the mound. That guy is about as free as it gets. You knew it, gent. You knew it, man. You absolutely know it. And then let's get a look at tomorrow's games, by the way, fellas, as well. There's only 4 games on tomorrow's slate. Kind of already obviously taking a peek. I've kind of mentioned that and justifying some props. So I do have one thing worth mentioning that I want to put on your radar. So if you see the line this evening, you'll be ready to get on it. All right, White Sox and Orioles over under of 8.5. White Sox +150. Orioles coming in at -150. It's the same thing that you've seen in this series, and maybe Dylan Cease can keep this one a little bit close and competitive. But quite frankly, you saw that play out last night, and then what happened? The reason why we've kind of liked the Orioles, yeah, you like the offense, but you also fade a really poor White Sox bullpen. So if Cease keeps it close like yesterday's game, I really wouldn't be worried because we know who's got by far the better bullpen. That's the Orioles. So -180, run line. Yeah, sign me up for that. I have no problem with that. Angels and Phillies, over-under of 9. Angels +145, Phillies -175. I'm going Phillies run line again today. I see no reason. Phillies run line. Guardians and Twins, over-under of 8. Guardians +140, Twins come in at -166. Who got that win yesterday? 4-2 Cleveland? Yeah, I think I was on Cleveland yesterday. I'd go back to Cleveland again today. +140. Man, to use their good arms, 4-2. That's been a tough one. Teams are off tomorrow, I assume. Yeah, teams are off tomorrow. I'm going Guardians, +140 in that game. Padres and Cardinals, over-under of 9.5, -108 for the Padres. Cardinals, -112. quite curious to see what the Cardinals can do today. Obviously, remember we had the great Blake Snell winner on Monday. Well, the Cardinals still have the worst batting average versus left-handers. It's what I look for when I handicap. I look for there to be a little bit better of a starting pitcher than Rich Hill. He makes me a little bit nervous, so I couldn't quite obviously get on the full fade there of the Cardinals today. But from a number standpoint, got to give me the Padres at minus 108 as a dog. I'll go ahead and take that. Just can't ignore the Cardinals' struggles versus left-handers. Actually, I bet now that I say that, I bet Rich Hill from being a Pirate has gone up against the Cardinals. What did he do this season against the Cardinals? Not that I'm adding that to a bet, but that would really make me like the Padres even more. Oh, he didn't even seen the Cardinals this season. Oh, there he was. 6.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run. Outstanding outing against the Cardinals back in June. Yeah, give me the Padres today, minus 108 as a dog. Brewers and Cubs, over-under of 7. Brewers minus 120. Cubs even money. This one's tough to predict a winner because if I'm right on my predictions in terms of each team having an off day, so therefore, nobody really getting a long leash. And obviously, Corbin Burns went 7 innings, so they only used 1 bullpen arm because they only had to throw 8 innings yesterday. That's why I really like these unders on these outs props. I really like the under today. I'd probably just take the plus money in the Cubs. Probably kind of like how we would talk about the Astros, Red Sox, whoever is plus money. Today it's the Cubs at even money. So I'll take the Cubs today for a winner on the money line. Pirates and Blue Jays, over-under of 8.5, plus 200 for the Nationals. Blue Jays minus 245. You can see I parlayed with that Phillies team total over 4.5. Patrick Corbin to not be the winning pitcher. Love everything about this Toronto Blue Jays team and how they hit left-handers. Weighted runs created of 128. They do not strike out at 12.1%. So you can look at Patrick Corbin under his strikeout. The OPS is 843 with the 279 opponent's batting average. And then they have massive, massive bullpen advantages. You add that with the Nationals' bullpen struggles. They almost blew that game yesterday. They almost damn near let the Blue Jays come all the way back. So, of course, it's Blue Jays today, and it's Blue Jays on the run line at minus 112. Reds and Giants. Over-under of 7.5. Reds plus 140. Giants minus 166. It's quite easy to fade the Reds right now with how much that offense is struggling. You get Logan Webb at home. I'm going under 7.5 because Hunter Green also has good strikeout stuff, and 2 strikeout pitchers usually tends to an under. So I'll take the under 7.5. I can only be with the Giants here. The Reds are struggling too much. You've seen it. They've lost the first 2 games of the series. Hell, they almost got no hit last night. I'm going under 7.5. I like the under 7.5 more, but I also like the Giants on the run line at plus 130. Athletics and Mariners, over-under of 8.5. Athletics plus 235. Mariners minus 290. Yeah, I know Mariners burned a lot of people yesterday, but I think you also got screwed with Rodriguez and Kirby obviously being scratched from that start. It's Mariners. They still have all the advantages. Astros and Red Sox over 10, minus 135 for the Astros. Red Sox plus 114. I don't like this over today, and the reason we're not over it is you didn't get a repeat pitching matchup. The first 2 games in this series, you've seen repeat pitching matchups combined with hot offenses and poor bullpens. It was easy to pull the trigger on the over. We got 1 out of 2 to hit. Today, not too easy to pull the trigger, today on an over. I like the Red Sox plus 114. They do an excellent job at hitting left-handers. The Astros have, I don't want to say cooled off a touch versus right-handers, but their numbers have dropped. They're now hitting below, 300, for example, but they're still hitting 293, so it's not like this dramatic fall off. I'm going to just stick to the Red Sox at plus money. Give me the Red Sox at plus 114. Rays and Marlins, over-under of 7.5. Rays minus 125. Marlins plus 105. I'll just say the same thing I said yesterday. Why would I not want the better offense and better bullpen? It came through for me yesterday, right? It was a close game throughout. But in the end, the better offense and the better bullpen showed up. I'm going to take Zach Eflin and the Rays again today. And Zach Eflin and Luzardo can be one hell of a pitcher's duel for all I care. And it might certainly be with how good Zach Eflin has been and Luzardo. But I'm going to take the Rays at minus 125. Not even think twice. Rangers and Mets, over-under of 9.5. Rangers minus 155. Mets plus 130. This could be a good spot for Dane Dunning to go over 4.5 strikeouts. Dane Dunning to go also over 16.5 outs. You've got a Mets team that's struggling. You got a Mets team that's got a high strikeout rate. I believe it was, going on the top of my head, it was like 30%. Yeah, they're only hitting 207, which is obviously piss poor. Their weighted runs created is 73, and their strikeout percentage is 31%. Dane Dunning, I like his props today, and I, of course, then also like the Rangers to get it done up against Reyes and the Mets. I'll take the Rangers at minus 155. Garrett Cole and the Yankees up against the Tigers got minus 230 for the Yankees. You get Tigers plus 190. You can give me Yankees on the run line. I'm showing no starter for the Tigers. I don't really give a shit. Garrett Cole, ace on the mound, dominant against the Tigers in his career. They struggle versus right-handers. Yeah, Yankees on the run line for me. You could do Garrett Cole to be the winning pitcher at minus 105. I don't care. Pirates and Royals over-under of 9, minus 112, minus 1. Who won this yesterday? I have not really talked highly of this series all week. 6-3 Pirates get the win. I don't know, man. I mean, even starting pitchers that you don't even Andre Jackson and Angel Zerpa. I don't know. Just keep staying away from that series. And then Braves and Rockies over under 13.5. Minus 245 for the Braves. Rockies plus 200. You don't really know what you're going to get out of Darius Vines. They've only really brought him up. I mean, it's interesting to see what they're doing. So they brought him up so they could bump Spencer Strider back to be the opener in that big series they got about the Dodgers. And that is a big one, right? That's going to go a long way and decide maybe who gets home field advantage here in the NL. Massive series. That's why they brought him up. They just want to bump Strider back. So do they bump him up to then also save the bullpen for that series? And it doesn't matter how the hell this guy performs. It's just like, you can throw 90 pitches, unload the clip, buddy, and just get out all 90 pitches regardless of how productive you are. I don't know. He's just had no idea. He's not going to overpower you. Again, he's going to sit low 90s. Good changeup. Rockies have certainly cooled off versus right-handers down to 229. They didn't contribute anything really, obviously, to that over, but we talked about that yesterday. I mean, Charlie Morton's obviously really stinking good. I'm going to, of course, stick with the Braves. They hit right-handers. They hit left-handers. The Rockies' bullpen has been piss poor. The Rockies' bullpen is now actually the bottom, the absolute bottom. Right there are the Angels bullpen, right next to them. Yeah, give me the Braves. Braves team total. Give me the Braves run line. Minus 162, though. Holy hell. Wow. Diamondbacks and Dodgers over under of 9.5, plus 142 for the Diamondbacks. Dodgers coming in at minus 170. Two really poor starters on the mound here. So give me the over at 9.5. Over 9.5. And I'm not interested in a winner in that. Just give me the over based on those starting pitchers. All right, back to the comment section. Do you like the Cubs today? Just because they're plus money, really. I really like the under, but yeah, I like that. What's up, Chris? What's up, man? Good morning. What's up, man? DraftKings has promos, win tennis, 3-0 wins. I haven't been getting the FanDuel profit boost that he mentioned, but if you do, there's a great comment there by Chris. Thank you for informing everybody. That's very helpful stuff. Good stuff. All right, anything else, fellas? Let's go ahead and get that peek. We wanted to get one little quick peek on Thursday's action. The thing I wanted to mention here is Braxton Garrett of the Marlins taking on the Nationals. You know who he faced in his last start? Yeah, he went against the Nationals. I'll be looking at that Nationals F5 team total tomorrow. And I actually think he did, I think he was halfway successful in that start, if I recall correctly, too. Yeah, he went 6 innings, only gave up 3 runs. That's what they call a quality start in today's baseball. So, yeah, that's going to be the angle tomorrow. And this is, in fact, actually, guys, going to be the 3rd time he's faced the Nationals this season. But obviously, really like that it's back-to-back. So, I don't really care about Adon. He's a decent pitcher in terms of, he's always good for a strikeout prop. But other than that, I wouldn't do anything else with Adon. I'm just, and I'm looking at the slate being like, that could be the only pick on tomorrow's card, is if we get the Nationals team total at 1.5 through the first 5 innings, I'm all over it. And did him giving up those 3 runs in the 6th, did they cash that? When did they get those 3 runs? So they didn't cash it. They got 2 runs in the 6th. I don't really care. I was curious, but okay, great. So the fact that he didn't cash it is like, we may get that at 1.5, We may very well get that at 1.5, so be on the lookout for that, fellas. And then you'll need to probably find a juice reducer because it'll be at 1.5. It'll probably be at like minus 160. They love opening that. So then we look at tomorrow. We see what can we juice reduce it with. I'm not paying minus 160 for a prop. Oh, hell. Probably just go to tennis and tack on like Alcaraz money line or some shit. Alcaraz minus 1.5. Like maybe he loses a set. Can't imagine he loses a set, but maybe he loses a set. Let's see. Yeah. Probably just go to tennis and find a couple of money lines. That'll be the play of tomorrow, fellas. You get that Nationals F5 team total at 1.5. That could be the one and only play tomorrow, parlayed with just a juice reducer of some kind. Again, I'm just kind of looking over these matches here. That's obviously the safest is Alcaraz, but that's a no-brainer statement. Oh, Rublev is in action against Malfine. I like Rublev against Malfine all day long. All day long, give me Rublev. So, there's a couple guys we could add to there if need be. Is Iga in action tomorrow? I'll generally bet females tennis, but if Iga's in action, I can throw her on as a juice reducer. Iga, no, Iga's not playing tomorrow. She must be playing today. Yeah, she plays today. Shit. Anyways, there'll be a juice reducer. That's gonna be the play tomorrow, boys. That's going to be a play. I can already tell. All right, so we got 6 bets today. We got that Phillies team total parlay with Patrick Corbin to not be the winning pitcher. Garrett Cole over 18.5 outs. Give me that Dodgers F5 team total over 2.5. Kyle Freeland over 1.5 walks. Sanchez of the Phillies under 17.5 outs. And Hendricks of the Cubs also under 17.5 outs. Do we like the Orioles, Blue Jays, Phillies, Braves? Sure. Sign me up. Sign me up. Like I said, don't be discouraged if the Orioles are in another tight game either. You saw what happened last night. Blue Jays with Corbin on the mound. They hit left-handers, get it done. Braves. That Braves, Darius Vines, you just don't know what you're going to get for. That would be the one I would pull out of there. If you're going to pull out one, I would pull out the Braves. And what would I put in there? Let's just say you're hell-bent on having a 4-legged parlay. Pull out the Braves and put in... I just want to get a look at some bullpen usage real quick from yesterday. Hold on. Let's see here. Who did they throw yesterday? Damn, they threw Chapman and Will Smith yesterday. Son of a bitch. Throw them both. And then who the hell is this guy? Zach Neal. Who the hell is this guy? A 6.88 ERA and a 1.82 whip. The fuck? This guy's been getting beat to shit. Guys are hitting 324 off of him. That's his opponent's batting average, 324. Take out the Braves and put the Mariners in. Holy hell. Wow, those are some really bad numbers by Zach Neal. Yeah. All right, Adrian, there you go. All right, fellas, there you go. Let's lock and load today. The action starts nice and early. Let's get some cashes. Let's just ring that cash register all day long. Come on back for tomorrow. We will break down these 4 games. I can't guarantee how many bets we'll get. Just looking at it doesn't look to be all that great of a slate, but handicap it, see what the numbers say, and we'll bet it accordingly. Have a good one, fellas. Appreciate you hanging out.